Mercenaries.
Hey, Sarge, have fun babysitting the ship.
On the first day of Gamescom, NCSoft announced a brand new MMO called Wildstar. But you, being the international man of mystery that you are, have actually
It's in my job title.
have actually already gone to see it and played it
Yes.
before it was even announced.
Yes.
Lucky bastard.
Yes.
So what's it like, Wildstar? What is this?
First of all, the setting in Wildstar is set on a planet called Nexus, which, well, the setting is kind of a sci-fi meets fantasy meets steampunk. It has all the fantasy stuff. You have the big guys with the swords, but you also have guns and stuff like that. The setting is really nice. And you've gone to this planet called the Nexus because they're the ancient, mysterious race, a very powerful race that used to live on this planet. They've disappeared. But the thing that made them disappear is still there, but you don't know what it is. So that's kind of the background story.
All right.
Of the game.
MMOs are like a dime a dozen these days. What are these guys doing differently?
Well, basically, at first impression is basically that they're doing the good old MMO thing. It's a third-person game. You have your hotbar with your skills and abilities. You have kill 10 rats kind of quests, FedEx quests, all typical stuff. The difference that they're trying to make is what they present it as. Different players go in with different game styles. Some people want to explore. Some people just want to fight. Some people want to do social stuff, stuff like that. And they're trying to layer this on top of the usual. You choose a race in your class as usual, but you also choose a path, which is, for example, you can choose the explorer path. And then on various points in the world, you open up various quests that more about exploring, like getting on top of a certain mountain or whatever.
Right.
And then there's the soldier path, which you can open up.
Which means more fighting, I guess.
Yeah, it's more fighting. You also have certain points where you start up like public quests that everybody who's in the vicinity can join in and fight stuff.
Hey.
Obviously. You have the scientist, which is more about discovering the lore of the planet and the background story, because some people clearly don't care about the lore.
Right.
Some people care a lot about it, and they can find out more stuff. And the more information they have, the more powerful they become. And then there's the settler, which is kind of the more mysterious one that they didn't talk very much about, but is supposed to help build up settlements and more of the social part of the game, like helping the economy of a certain settlement or city or village or whatever. And that's kind of how they're approaching different play styles. At the basic, still you're running around killing things.
Right.
You're not supposed to gimp yourself. It's not like if you choose to explore, suddenly you're not invited to any raids. It's not that kind of not that big, but it's still gonna shape the way you approach gameplay, and it makes also replayability bigger.
Right. There's something about layers and quests. Something.
Layers upon layers. Yeah,
layers.
they made quite a big deal about that. Also about the layers. That if you're out, for example, you're out doing a quest to. And that was the example they gave, drawing things on a whiteboard, trying to explain this. At one point you're out in some form of jungle area killing jungle cats. You got to kill 10 jungle cats.
Right.
So you go do that, and you kill one of them, and then suddenly a random challenge pops up. Like, okay, you killed this jungle cat, and that was really nice. Can you kill 10 in 5 minutes? And while you're doing that, suddenly you see random event happening, like a couple of poachers is setting up camp. So you can go and stop them from setting up camp, or you can just leave them be. But can you do that while you're
killing 10 in 5 minutes while killing 10?
Exactly, and you can layer all the time to either just go straight up, just do the quest you've been sent to do, or you can pick and choose like layer on layer on layer and get more rewards, of course. And the same thing is just a basic fight. When you're fighting something, if you do this like kill 10 jungle cats, and you want to be quicker, so you want to pull more at the same time, you get extra bonus rewards for taking risks. So the XP bar, every fight has an XP bar, which goes up the more risk you take, and the better you handle the fight. Right. And also, for example, also during the fighting, you can see clearly where, if the enemy is going to do a special attack, there's like big red circles on the ground, like he's going to hit you. And either you can just stand there and just take the damage and hope you survive because you're lazy and just want to push your hotbar. And that's perfectly okay. But if you actually move out of the way and you can dodge away from the danger, you get bonus XP as well. So that's kind of, they try to mix it up a bit, make it more engaging to play.
So you're the MMO expert here. Are you intrigued by Wildstar? Does it grab you?
I actually am, mostly because I'm used to that kind of MMO gameplay now, that I've kind of accepted it. That's the way it is, except for some of course, some games are very different. But basically, I like that kind of gameplay. I'm used to it. But the way the fights were, there was just a lot of fun to fight.
Right.
Yes, it's one thing with the dodging away that kind of made the fighting more interesting. But we've seen that in other games as well, especially like in Star Trek Online. There's the same thing when the enemy throws grenades, you get these big red circles, and you know how to you should jump out of the way. But it's more fun. It's more engaging. But also like small things. I really like the class called the Spellslinger, which is more or less like a cowboy magician type of class that has 2 guns and
shoot fireballs.
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah, you just do a lot of cool attacks on him. But his basic attack is the one you do when you press 1. And if you just keep pressing it, the animations flow into each other. It's not like he's doing the same thing over again, but he starts to move while you're still actually doing the same attack.
Right.
So it looks cooler.
Sweet.
Which always,
that's nice.
It's always nice.
You get kind of bored seeing the same.
Yeah, it's just the same
ass dwarf doing the same ugly ass chop every.
Exactly. So that was nice. And the classes in general seemed like fun to play. And it flows very nicely. Every class seemed to get an attack which, if the enemy is below 25% health, you can do a finishing attack that just kills them instantly. And everybody gets that. And it just makes, it never stands still in the kind of way that most MMOs do. It should be said that the game is very much still in development. This is a very early build we got to play. We were limited to 3 choices. We only had 1 area. I've done that area so many times now. We had like 4 hours, and when you knew what you were doing, it took like 20 minutes to finish. But
so it's still a very far ways off.
It's far ways off. We're not going to see this until way beyond NCSoft has put out Guild Wars 2, for example. But it looks promising. The art style is great. I love the art style. Of course, it's done not only because it looks cool, but because it will
also look good in 5 years.
Yeah. Kind of like the trick that Blizzard pulled once upon a time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's good people behind it. They're experienced. Carbine Studios is built by people who've been in the MMO game for a long time. And while they still have the chance to mess everything up, it looks promising, definitely. Looking forward to Wildstar.
I'm starting to like this place. Oh boy! Nobody touch anything.